Welcome to the two.
Sandals and shorts, and surf, and scuba, and sand, and sailing, and soccer. San Diego, California.
Season's greetings and welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 245. Back here on a Monday, 245 consecutive weeks of your most consistent and altruistic soccer podcast here in San Diego. We're going to go ahead and start off the top with San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave lose in the NWSL. Once again, their chances are fading away in the league. However, they can still bring it back home. There's some silverware back home. Chiva, it's going to be difficult for San Diego Wave. Season's greetings. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm chilling. Big chilling. We're going to go and get into it with our boy, the one and only Abraham Cepeda, our editor-in-chief at San Diego Football. And we're also going to go ahead and have some guests on. We've been working with them, alongside them for 4 years since we started this project. San Diego Internacional's very own founder, some of the founding members. And we're going to talk some UPSL, some Open Cup, the U.S. Open Cup, the longest running soccer tournament in the world. San Diego's very own San Diego FC, your girlfriend's favorite soccer team.
San Diego Internacional.
Yes. I can't. There's the level. No, it's because the level, bro. It's just so top notch.
Season's greeting to the boy Esteban Toscano.
Right now, San Diego Internacional beats SDFC.
Well, yeah, 11 contra 6. Wait, Chucky? Nah, yeah, they would.
I'm gonna ask them. Hey, right now, what do you think?
That's a good question, actually.
On a 5v5 side, no question.
No, 11-6.
No. But on a 5v5 side, because they play Red Barcata, they play at the streets. Season's greetings to everybody who is joining us here on a Monday. We're gonna go ahead and get into goals, gaps, and greats as well as we'll see where we land on this. Some interesting times in San Diego FC history. Some new threads coming to the 18. As cool as they may want to make that sound, I'm going to trademark that. In the 18. New images of what a inaugural kit is have been seen, surfaced. There are renderings out there. There are some official, unofficial renderings out there that these very bad eyes have been privy to. MLS, Adidas, it's what you think. I like Adidas.
Chrome and azul.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into that a little bit later, but it's a rehash of just like the colors, the basic, the crass. Like it's all part of the same conversation that we've been having for a couple months, because frankly, there hasn't been a lot when it comes to the soccer side of things. As of recently, it's going to wrap up incredibly quickly. Again, circle those calendars for the winter. Bundle up. We're going to probably do a countdown, a 12 days of Christmas, a 12 days of winter holiday for San Diego Football, with some of the presents that are going to be unwrapped in December. For the upcoming 2025 season. But the team that is playing has been playing here at Snapdragon, and the home team, San Diego Wave, the former reigning defending undisputed Supporter Shield, NWSL Supporter Shield champions, because I don't know if you knew, Chiba, but Orlando has that new trophy from Tiffany & Company. Absolute gem of a trophy. What a overhaul. But since we're getting into it, NWSL San Diego Wave. Let's go ahead and welcome in the one and the only editor-in-chief, Abe Cepeda. Abe, Superman, are you a Superman fan? Is that what you are?
Yeah, I do like Superman. He's one of my more favorite characters. Who doesn't love an immigrant coming into the world and taking over?
That's a good take. That's a very good take on Superman, actually. You know what? Great.
Illegal alien coming from the sky and
no notes here.
Taking over the middle of the country.
And defending nonetheless. Defending nonetheless. Like, wow.
Making the fighting for truth, justice, and the American way.
And you've been fighting for truth and justice with your journalistic integrity this whole time here in San Diego Football as editor-in-chief. You can catch everything he writes at San Diego Football, or just follow him on X, on social medias. But
you guys didn't give me the memo. You have a Marvel shirt, DC shirt. You guys fucking didn't tell me anything.
First of all, you've seen me go through a couple of iterations of wardrobe since I got here. I had a white shirt, then I had this shirt on.
And that's every episode, actually.
That actually is. We're at my house. I have the luxury to
Tony
swap out into everything.
Whatever he wants, and whatever he'll look better on camera.
Yeah.
Not that you look good, but... Oh, the Padres jersey back there.
And that's actually why this jersey...
Tony has not watched a single game this season.
That is my curse. And we'll talk about it, too, with what's coming down with San Diego Wave in terms of, watching other games, hoping, crossing fingers, just bring out the good juju, because in talking about that, I took that jersey off because Abraham made me feel uncomfortable by having worn it and remending.
It's not baby cap.
It's not. Oh, you?
American Eagle. It's my brother's sweater.
Solo. All right.
It's a free sweater.
Right, I believe you. But in any case, I can't wear. I haven't seen a single game. That's my curse of the Padres this year. By the way, everybody's doing their part. You are not part of this conversation. If you are you're doing your part. Keep doing it. I have the curse of not being able to watch or listen. I primarily listen to my Padres games or listen to a single game. It's working this season for whatever reason. If I lay eyes upon a live game or something, it just goes wrong. I was in Mexicali. I stumbled upon a highlight that was about 5 minutes after it actually happened. That moment I was like, oh no. And what happened on Saturday. Didn't watch a second on the next day, and they won. I mean, and this has been the pattern this whole time. I can't wear this, Abe. It's fine. We're in Marvel. We're San Diego waving. Everybody's kind of hoping and praying for sports in San Diego, which is a good feeling. It's a good feeling at the end of the day because you sense that in the soccer world, it's ever present, and people are hopeful for the San Diego Wave side. But as we've seen, it's not that easy to win in the NWSL anymore at all. For those of you who are keeping score at home, an additional 2 teams this year, threw a monkey wrench in there. One of them not being as good as competitive. The other one in contention for a potential spot in the playoffs. So aside from that, this whole season for San Diego Wave has been a roller coaster. What are your makings of this end of season for San Diego Wave?
I think. Sorry, you go ahead too.
You're good.
Okay, I think it's just exhausting because people have I think a lot of people have checked out and thought that it's all over, but there's still somehow a way that the team can make the playoffs just by the poor results across the league. Like every team that was ahead of them in the standings and within the final playoff positions lost, other than Angel City, who behind them took up a spot. Like the Wave still technically have a chance. It's going to be very challenging. They need multiple losses from their other people ahead of them, like Bay and Portland, but it's insane that they're still in this playoff fight. All to just possibly face Orlando, who is an absolute world beater right now.
Yeah, they are a juggernaut again, dethroning San Diego Wave as the reigning defending supporter shield, winning the league essentially. The in a lot of different places around the world. That's
outscoring Wave by 20 points, by the way.
Outscoring or out?
I mean, yeah, if you want to fucking score the points, just on the table.
Oh, okay.
They got 20 more points. They're at 57. Wave got 37 when they played 22 matches and won the Shield.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's not that this team
let's not forget the way the Supporters Shield was won last year by San Diego Wave was in pretty dramatic fashion because they turned it around. They were not doing so well.
Yeah, they did
so
turn it around
not being well in the league is not foreign to Wave. However,
the way Casey Stoney would explain that Shield trophy last season is that they were the most consistent team, and we know that's not really the case. They just got hot at the end too and finished strong, but they weren't the most consistent team overall. Orlando Pride, on the other hand, haven't lost a single game this season.
All right, so turning heads into this NC Courage match that saw, again, the final chances of Wave being able to go into the regular season and save something from that. Right now, it's just recovery. It's just survival mode for the team where it's kind of stop the bleeding, gather what you can get. If you can get some treasure, great. At the end of it, fantastic. But look, this is as good minus Cascarino as you're going to have, which ended up being incredibly important for this match. Abe, you saw this. The report came out that Delphine Cascarino, the French international that's been lighting it up, to be honest, in San Diego. Haven't been paying attention to the way Cascarino's just changed this team. Go watch a Wave match, and it's just fun to just watch her play. But you saw she was going to be questionable, and then ultimately on the bench, not starting. Landon said that was a factor. But what did you think of the lineup here?
I thought that it would definitely have a pretty big impact just because of the way that the Wave want to play, like with their high press and needing skill on the ball on both sides of the pitch and controlling that kind of pace and possession all around. And without a player like Delphine Cascarino, it really kind of changes everything. And you kind of saw that for the first 10 minutes. I thought the Wave played pretty okay, pretty well. They had their same style. It looked like they would kind of be like that, maybe like 60% possession the whole game. But then North Carolina kind of just showed like, hey, we kind of been doing this all season and not just under an interim coach. And they really showed how well that kind of style can work.
It was a difficult match for San Diego Wave just in general because they've faced this string of weeks, so they have 3 matches in seven days with international travel, with the recovery of the players. That's always going to be an excuse or a context point that San Diego Wave can refer to, but they just faced a better team. In that first half, they were outplayed, outmatched. They didn't have a response for the way NC Courage played, as you were mentioning there, but again, it just plays into the fact that there's quality, there's clearly talent on this team, but there's just not a philosophy that's been practiced. And I mean, you saw with Loyal, and I'll keep referencing Loyal because it's incredibly important in this context, right? With Landon Donovan's only professional managerial experience having been in a certain way of playing, which Wave is playing now. This is exactly how these games went. It's all out sometimes. Sometimes it's incredibly boring, and you're on the back foot, and you're going to lose, and you're going to get your ass kicked. And I think this is that side of the play. And I mean, it's an exciting way to watch in a lot of ways when it's exciting. Good goal here, the campanazo, but
that was Aline Gomez's first goal, and then NWSL 19-year-old Brazilian just hitting the zoo. That's the first time I see that celebration in the NWSL, by the way. I don't think anyone has ever done that, but I agree with everything you guys are saying. It's getting tougher for Wave, and I've said it last episode where Wave are not going to get to playoffs. Like, there's just no way it's going to happen.
She's not offsides because the ball actually bounces off Kristen McNabb's leg, I think.
Yeah.
So twice, both of the goals actually happened to bounce off of Kristen McNabb before getting to the goal, the forward that scored the goal.
If there's a player that's had an interesting season, it's Kristen McNabb, being just scoring goals when it was incredibly important, super clutch, but sometimes just being wrong place, wrong time. Your face was just there. 2 unfortunate goals from NC, but it's been going on like that all year. And yeah, there's an added excitement, I think, of what's been happening in the last couple of weeks just because of a Landon factor, the more offensive side of Wave that we've seen, that we saw in the second half, which again is part of that San Diego loyal DNA. That
during the week, in the press conference with Maria Sanchez, we did ask like, "Hey, like, what's going so well?" Right? She's playing good. She's getting a lot of goals, assists, everything, just being participative. And she said it's the new style that Landon has implemented.
Yeah,
she said that it works better for her style, like, and that's why we're able to like see that. And Landon gave an explanation too as to why it works. She's already so good with the ball, like just getting more chances now gives her the chance to just shine more and have those opportunities where before she wouldn't get those chances. So that's something that you're seeing now with Landon Donovan. You're getting 8 shots on target, you're getting 20 shots on goal, whatever it is, however many shots, but you're still very vulnerable in certain scenarios. And we saw that kind of here against North Carolina, where any little mistake, anything like that is going to cost you. Yes, you're able to kind of still fight and get one back late in the game and trying to kind of like tie it at the end, but it's difficult when you're down to nothing. And unfortunately, with the Landon ball method, how Loyal used to play, that happens a lot. And I mean, it's unfortunate because if the way were to keep playing this way that since the beginning of the season, I think they're a mid-table, if not like a 4th place, 5th place team, pretty much almost in the playoffs right now. And that's something that we saw with San Diego Loyal too. They were a top 4 team during the season. They were very consistent. They were to accumulate points, get some wins here and there, and then still get a playoff spot. How they competed in playoffs, that was another story for San Diego Loyal. But during the season, they were competitive, and they were one of the top 4 teams in their conference.
It's imaginary scenario. Casey Stoney stays. Delphine Cascarino comes in. Do you think the offense can?
No,
nothing changes. You think?
No, nothing changes. Not with the same style, and that's what we kept saying. Like something needs to change. And Casey Stoney wasn't. You bring 1-2 players, that's not going to change. Yes, you're going to get better offensive weapons, but with your style, you were not producing anything.
Okay,
you're not creating those chances.
All right, so Alex Morgan still retires, right? That was going to happen. It happened outside. You have Jaden Shaw, who experienced incredible fatigue from the summer tournaments. It was just a lot. You lose Naomi Girma. You know how to deal with that if you're Casey Stoney. You know what you have. You have some literal just fill-in players come in, all respects. But does it fundamentally change? Like where would Cascarino have fit in that system that Casey Stoney had? And I think that would be my question. I'm not questioning whether the team would have more offense if she would have the impact, but Maria Sanchez had played in that system for a while, and we didn't, for some reason, see the explosion of offense from Maria Sanchez and just production. Maria Sanchez had also been the player most involved in goals for Wave at that point. But when you have 5 goals like in the season, like it's not that impressive, taking anything into consideration. So something's definitely unlocked with the San Diego Wave team. And again, you see that in the second half where still letting NC do what they want, play their style, because there's no stopping that in a lot of different ways, but they adapt. And that's what this side is doing very well. Something that we didn't see early in the season is a team that's adapting. And that's how you get different results. This game normally would have stayed 2-0. No offense. That's it. Maria Sanchez gets shut down. Everything gets shut down. No glimmer of hope at all. There's always a chance. There's been a chance for the last couple of weeks and matches for San Diego Wave, regardless of where it's been. Safe per, it's just a complete blowout, but the team believes there's always a chance. And
that Landon has talked about that multiple times before, where he would see it when he first got on board with this team, like they would lose, and then it's like, here we go, we can't get any luck. Like they would be defeated, where now they're down to nothing. They still fight. You still see that urge to try to tie and win the game, which is something that you need in order to be successful. And I don't think they had that with Casey Stoney. So I think Landon definitely has changed a lot of the mentality for the players, and just overall the quality or just the style. They're creating chances. It's not very defensive. You're risking a lot, but at this point in the season, you had to risk everything.
Yeah, and that risk thing is just something we never saw under Casey Stoney. And I think that it's hard to look back on and just think what could have happened, what couldn't have happened. But this ending to this game right here is something I've never seen out of the Wave. Just shooting the ball so many times, and then those goal line clearances. If you guys are listening, or just go and watch the final play of this Wave game, it was insane. Some amazing goalkeeping and emergency defending by North Carolina, and just I don't think the Wave are gonna play in the playoffs this year, but it's hard to not imagine this team's offense without a offensive minded coach like Landon Donovan.
Yeah, and to get the perspective of the players, and this is true because we're working on it, and Abe, you work on it harder than anybody else, and we make it happen sometimes. But technically, what I'm about to say is technically true. On exclusive, Emily Van Egmond post-match press conference. Hey, Abe, technicality.
Okay, yeah, it was just me and Tony talking to Emily Van Egmond after the match.
Nice.
They were quickly rushing to an airport.
So I actually, somebody corroborated back in the Loyal days. Somebody said, like, when it's only you, most reporters say on exclusive anyways, if it was just you.
Yeah.
Because
this was a San Diego Football's exclusive.
Yeah. On a technicality,
yes.
But Emily Van Egmond, post-match for NC Courage on a hard-fought battle. Before they had to hop on a plane.
Yeah, sure. Your screen, buddy.
I'm trying. I've done this only a handful of times, sir.
All right.
Can I just quickly just kind of get the sense after the tough match that was fought back here towards the end, and what this means moving forward in the tournament for the NWSL?
Yeah, I think the second half we probably were unlucky to equalize in the end, and that was a good performance. But football's about 2 45-minute halves, and unfortunately we conceded 2 in the first, so we had a bit to climb back. Credit to the girls, they worked really hard, but unfortunately tonight wasn't meant to be. And moving forward, we look to recover. We've had 3 games now in a week. Schedule's been crazy with a lot of travel, so I think the main thing for us is to get back to recover, and obviously every single game from here on out is vital.
Abraham, go ahead.
Thanks for the time. What specifically about that first half that North Carolina did that gave the Wave so much trouble?
Yeah, North Carolina are a quality team. They have quality individuals that, if you give them time and space, they're obviously going to hurt you. I think probably a couple of moments within our box that we maybe need to learn from. But yeah, again, like I said, a positive is finishing the game strong, and unlucky not to come away with a point there at the end. The girls worked extremely hard to climb their ways back into the game.
All right.
Yeah. So
all right.
That's the all right. I mean, that's been the general feeling for a lot of the season after a loss. But what I can say is that the players still believe, like Emily Van Egmond just said, like, we're tired, dude. Like, it's been a long season. It's been a long week. It's been a long couple days. We fought as much as we could out there. You saw the second half. And I think, you were talking about what happened in the first half? Like, how do we stop that? How, like, what did you see? So it's a good insight there. But this is the reality. It's not looking San Diego Waves way in the NWSL at all. However, is there anything that we want to punctuate that NWSL Wave side of things?
There's, I think, technically, if Portland and Bay only get 3 points, the Waves still have a chance. So if people are out there watching,
they get 4, they're done.
Yeah.
If they win or tie one, then that's it for them pretty much.
And you can check out the wrap up of and Abe's thoughts completely on this on Something About the Football, as you do for most, if not all, Wave related matches and events here. Some good stuff. Some people asking in the chat actually a while back if you were gonna be writing on SDFC or just a wave correspondent. That's actually
We'll see
not a bad question.
if we get credentialed or not. We never know.
That's
That's true. You never know.
you never know.
SDFC might not enjoy our coverage and then just lock us out. You never know.
¿Estás echando la sal, güey? No. Hello, MLS. It is I, Jose Sanchez. Pleasure. My name is not to be associated with any of the episodes 1 through
240.
240. Yeah. We cleaned it up 5 episodes ago, guys. But all right. But there is hope for San Diego soccer this season in the professional setting. That's Snapdragon Stadium. Which, by the way, again, the grass talk came back up. Sources have showed us that there is brand new grass, and it was actually featured. You could have seen it in the San Diego State match this last Saturday.
It's ruined now.
So there's only
bye-bye.
one game on that right now, but it is new grass. So we have that.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think San Diego wins their next game here against Houston on Sunday?
They have to.
Yeah, they have to. But do you think they're actually going to do it?
Yeah, I think so. Houston's
Because I mean,
the worst team in the league.
You play your best
They're out.
starting 11 possible due to injuries or whatnot. Then you have 3 days and you rotate the squad against America and the Conca Champions. A very, if not a more important game, in my opinion. You have to tie America to win first place, but America's no joke. You played them before. And you lost.
They've been destroying in this tournament, just like Gotham. Gotham won like 13-0 the other day.
Yeah. So either you do an alternate squad for against Houston and try to still hope for a result, saving your players against America. This is where we'll really see what Landon Donovan's prioritizing.
Yeah.
Whether it's securing a first place against America with a tie or a win on Wednesday, October 16th at Snapdragon Stadium as well. So game on Sunday and on Wednesday. Or you go all out against Houston and try to make a playoff push and hope other teams drop points. Like, this is going to be very interesting, and I guess that's the way to kind of ask things based on the lineups. Obviously, he's going to have to rotate. You're not going to start the same lineup from Sunday to Wednesday.
Run it back.
You
dude.
can
It's
because
fine.
because both games are at home, so there's that chance. And if it doesn't go too well against Houston, then okay, then you rest the players on Saturday against Casey Current, and you already kind of like solidified the semifinal in the Conca Champions. Cool. That's not played till when? I think you said later in 2025.
Yeah, 2025. Not later, but I think sometime in February.
Like in March, I think.
I think March. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you
Sometime from now.
Do you guys remember what happened the last time the Wave played Houston?
Was it Maria Sanchez?
No. Casey Stoney was fired.
Oh yeah, that was Casey Stoney's last game.
Days
right?
after. Yeah. No. I think about that press conference a lot.
Yeah.
Technically, no, it wasn't. That was not a San Diego Punto Football exclusive. We had the great Tom K from the Tribune
It was
on
also
there.
after a win, right?
No, they could have, but that was the one where
It was a
Maya
draw,
Jones,
right?
yeah, Maya Jones offsided herself. For some situations where like, why would you touch the ball? And Alex Morgan would have had her goal, or it was an intervention like that in the last
0-0
minute.
draw. You're right.
The more important question is from what you've seen from Landon Donovan. Do you guys want to see him get a full season next year?
I do.
Keep him?
I
Mark.
do. I think he needs to stay. This narrative of him not knowing the women's game and why is he even an interim coach? I think he's proving people wrong. I think he genuinely cares about these players. I think he genuinely cares about having a championship winning team here in San Diego, and this is his best chance at doing that. I think Wave would be, in a way, idiotic to not give him this permanent job.
Oh my gosh, that's a
think
strong term.
Just from a management perspective, if you bring in a coach that's completely different from, you have an interim official coach that's extended for a long time, fire her in the middle of the season, bring in this interim coach who does nothing to change anything. Coach completely changes offensive philosophy, and you bring in another coach after that with probably the same general amount of players. It would be just absolutely insane. Another coach, because then if you have one more issue with that coach, then just as management, you've completely failed. You've utter failure if you have another coach that doesn't work out. That'd be your fourth coach in such a short period of time, less than a year.
I
You
think
kind
he
of
did
have
a good
to
job.
like give a
So
year at
Landon
least.
has done nothing to give you a reason not to give him a full-time job.
okay.
Like whether you disagree with that or not, like I mean, he has the team playing better. He has the team on a stronger mindset.
So what's the
he's more than
question?
likely going to qualify for a Champions Champions Cup semifinal.
So what's the question when we eventually have Jill Ellis announcing that the interim tag has been taken off Landon Donovan, potentially, of saying, okay, where did this world? I mean, did you just get lucky? Was this just a stroke of luck, stroke of genius? Like you always knew you had Landon in the back pocket, like because those conversations were like the way that it was described by Landon Donovan, like it was a friend reaching out to a friend.
Yeah, but
Hey, do you know anybody
it
who
could have been
can
that the
take
world
care?
search was happening, but then just so happens that Landon knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I think I can help. Shit, why not? Let's try it. Fuck it. Oh, it was working out. Hey, you want to do this full time?"
So then what if there's a coach out there in the global stage, which you are having these interviews and searches for?
There's
That
Jurgen
could
Klopp. You can
have-
bring in Jurgen Klopp if I
Well,
like it.
Jurgen Klopp doesn't know the NWSL or the women's game, so I'll stop you right there. Because and that's not me being facetious. That is a real conversation
Yeah.
where, okay, we haven't seen Landon. That's a big question mark. But is Wave in a position to take that risk to say we'll try it? We'll try it for a whole year and pass potentially on somebody who knows the women's game, could potentially bring in more international talent that knows how to manage that dynamic. The one thing I'll give Landon is that he knows what it's like to travel and play in the U.S., which is a huge factor for players who coaches who are coming from overseas. It's just the amount of travel that is necessary to win an MLS, to win NWSL, to win in the U.S. Like that's a definite reality, right? Like it it or not, Casey Stoney hated that and didn't necessarily have the best handle on the travel aspect of things. And things have gotten better in the league, improvement and bargaining and just behind the scenes things to make the league better and push it forward. But I'm not sure if people are going to be happy with Landon Donovan being the interim.
People
no
will
more
get on board if they're successful. If they
and
win
that's
championships,
and that's the risk you're
if
taking.
they're
So
competitive again. I mean,
I'm genuinely curious.
I don't
to
know
see,
if
like,
people
what
would actually
think.
be as upset as you think they are. The way they're playing right now, the way they're like performing, it's not bad.
It's not bad, but
Landon,
again, it's a giant question
It
mark.
is ridiculous to assume that Landon was actually going to switch everything around. Like
I'd never
that's
assumed that.
ridiculous.
I never.
But there's
assumed
people
that.
that probably did.
What's the sustainability of this? Are you trying to be a playoff qualifying team, or are you trying to be the literal thing that you had, the gem
better than how you started? I think so far this is a big improvement.
See, you're talking building, like you building towards getting better. No. Wave see themselves as this crown jewel of the NWSL that has fallen off grace and
every
will be
team
and will
eventually
return.
does. Every team sees themselves that way. Every team starts out the season thinking we need to win a championship.
But
it doesn't matter what league you're in. It doesn't matter what level team.
As a had the same fire and expectations as Wave did out the gate. Yes, they exceeded expectations and they achieved those expectations and even went further than that. But I don't know. This is off season. San Diego Punto Football, San Diego Wave talk. I'm very curious to see what people would think. We asked Tanya last week from the Sirens. She's a member. She watches as much, if not more, Wave than us here. About more, but it's something that is a factor. And she said no. Like I no, I wouldn't, and that's fine. That's a perspective. And I'd be genuinely curious to kind of see what people think about that. Abe,
I think that like if you give him you have to give him at least 7 matches. He can't have a 7-match winless streak. Because the moment like something like that happens, you can quickly point to, well, they fired someone else for much less after having more wins on their belt. So I
Mhm.
think you have to keep Landon. You kind of, it's just they've pigeonholed themselves at this point, and you have a new ownership group that's also going to come in at the end of the
Correct.
season, as it's been reported,
And
and they've been very quiet, even though they're technically pretty much completely in charge. They haven't really said anything. I doubt we ever hear anything. We never really heard anything from anyone on the ownership group, and other than Jill Ellis, who's technically probably has stake in the club. But
Yeah.
it's going to be very interesting because someone's going to have to come out and take responsibility. And
Yeah.
because also, you how much can you blame Landon if it doesn't work next year? How much is it on just player, like, not the players themselves, but I mean just the way the roster is constructed?
Very true. It's the perfect storm for a lot of different ways. And for sure, right now, what I do know, talking about new ownership for San Diego Wave, the new ownership takes over officially at the end of the season. So they have a say, but technically they're still waiting in the wings to roll out. And so knowing some of the things that'll be coming out with that new rollout of new ownership, I think that there's an avenue where San Diego Wave can keep Landon Donovan, and it just makes perfect sense. And I don't fault them for doing that. We'll see. But again, I think in general, Landon has surprised everybody with the results. Tactically, again, I want to give the ample and deserved kudos to the assistant coaches, because they are the ones that are making this happen. They know the players. If it's Casey, if it's Paul Buckle, if it's Landon, they've been there and have been very receptive to this new style and been making it happen, to be honest. So a lot of the success has to do with those assistant behind the scenes coaches in general. So, oh, sorry. Got simple. Has the Wave improved under Donovan? Yes. The top teams have a more aggressive approach. Wave has left behind, was left behind in the early season until Donovan arrived. And again, a lot of factors. The Cascarino deal was being worked on for months. There was another name in rotation.
Look, it's going to be interesting how we see things now. I mean, McCaskill finally got some minutes again, so this is another weapon that Landon can utilize in the attacking front, right? So
now, if McCaskill starts scoring, I'm just gonna say, like,
okay, then like, Landon works.
Hey, man, like it's a 5-year contract right there, Landon. You're
that alone. It's crazy. McCaskill should at least have 1 goal this season so far. I mean, ha sido tu galla.
Yeah, no,
You've been praising her.
Great player.
But yeah, that's where San Diego Wave is at. They also play. I mean, again, to answer the question, do they win against Houston? Yes or no? Do they tie? Predictions?
They'll win.
Tony says a win.
They'll win against
Abe? 3-1.
3-1 win.
This will be the Maria Sanchez revenge game.
Oof.
Like,
I'd say Wave get a clean sheet. They win 2-0 against a very poor Houston team.
Yeah, I mean, they're the only team that you were mentioning that are
like Wave have a tendency of actually beating teams underneath them in the table, and Houston is dead last.
Yeah, you talk about organizational mismanagement. I mean, Houston Dash, they had to fire their GM that they had just hired at the beginning of the season. They hired a coach who left for personal reasons, and no one knew. There was no reporting on it. Like, nobody knew where this coach was, what he would, like, just completely gone, to the point where, like, a player, I think it was Diana Ordonez, who said in the press conference, like, yeah, someone needs to make a decision. We have no idea, like, what's happening. Like, which is just, it's insane to think about. There's just an interim coach this whole time, but it's like, well, the coach might come back. They're just taking a break. Like, personal reasons, you take your personal reasons. You never know what could be happening in a person's life. I think it's okay for us to respect that, but
your best player then leaves.
Yeah, then you have your best player ask for a trade at a certain point. It is just complete organizational mismanagement there by Houston.
Houston is the only team this season mathematically out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're at 17 points. Mathematically, they cannot reach a playoff spot. Even Seattle at this point, mathematically, they're not out yet. I think they're probably like a 1% chance of making playoffs. But yeah, so I mean, this is a Houston team that's literally playing for nothing, just pride at this point. And I think
obligation. They have to play.
I mean, it's their job. They have to play. They still have to come in, clock in, and do the job. But I think Wave take advantage of this one and they get a clean sheet. They win 2-0.
I like that. All right.
Well, we're all saying a win for Wave, just to give the San Diego fans more false hope, which is what San Diego fans are used to.
All right, those are fighting words, and that's enough of you. I don't need that negative aura.
It's not negative. It's realistic.
Polluting.
It's realistic.
You know what I just realized? Do you guys, the whole crashing out thing, I think I'm a little too old for that word. You guys are around kids all the time. Can you explain crashing out to me?
Well, I like San Diego, like the name of the title, the wave crashing out.
Yeah.
So
is it just the joke of the wave, like literal waves crashing?
That's how much of a moron.
Yes.
Like there's no trend right now.
So you're on track with why I thought of that, because I am around children all the time, and that type of thing is like sets them off, like because the kids will have the same reaction, be like, "What do you mean,
bro? Don't crash out."
Well, no, the waves crashing onto rocks, like waves starting to crash, like the break of the wave, where like the surfer go through the tube of water, like that's the wave is crashing, like. And there, it's the motion of it's a verb, the crashing of. So wave is the season itself is crashing. Doesn't mean it's ended, but it's crashing. But it's also double meaning with crashing because it's been a bad season and then they lost. So they're in the middle of crashing out.
But if they win against Houston, they're not crashing out. They're making the playoffs. You say.
Yes, but at the end, waves still crash regardless. Whether it's a big splash or a little splash, waves still crash.
Okay. That's cool.
It's late. Okay. Yeah, you made me explain the way my brain works. And like, I feel like I'm insane because it's true. This is literally, that's how my brain works. And I don't tell anybody. There's so many little like things like that with the titles, with background stuff that goes on. Like, I don't know. He's wearing the San Diego Zoo hat for some reason today. Like, I do this for the fun of it. It's for the fun, guys. For the giggles. I have lice. Okay.
I don't think you would have lice in that thin ass hair of yours, but
that was an absolute attack, and you'll pay dearly.
If you guys watch these press conferences with any player announcements, you'll that are the same, not a little bit older than Tony, or sometimes the same age, that have very similar hair back here.
Showed the bald spot too. God damn it!
It's
to be fair,
it happens to all people. It's okay.
To be fair,
we have 15 minutes before our guests join in for our next segment. Do we want to talk some SDFC?
Yeah, we'll touch some SDFC here. But that's been San Diego Wave. Abe, do you want to stick around?
I mean, if you guys want my analysis on SDFCs,
it's gonna cost you.
No, I'm good.
So we didn't answer that question. Like, did you? I mean, again, it's behind the scenes. We'll pull the curtain back, but people seem to like it. People seem to be clamoring for it, or at least
I enjoy watching MLS
our friend
games
Jeremy
every once in a while. I probably watch more MLS than you guys do, honestly. But
no, I'm a low-key MLS like nerd. I just never wanted to admit it. Damn it, Abe, you made me come out. God damn it.
Takes off a San Jose Earthquakes jersey. Like,
just
what?
A picture of Don Garber.
Yeah, no,
with the nombre de la Chofis.
And I'm over here like, Chiva, how dare you after all this years? And then I take off. No. I take off my LA Galaxy. Like, oh no.
No, we're MLS fans.
I don't think so. Okay. But yeah. All right. So what is this? You have more hair than Landon Donovan. That's pretty much true. And actually,
I don't know about it now.
No, I do. Well, he got some put in, and that's my thing. This is still on because it's requested on. I've already said I'm gonna buzz this off. Like, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. Me. However, Abe, Chiva, every gentleman in a committed and happy union of people would know. Sometimes there are outside powers. Sometimes, you want to keep those outside powers at bay and in a content state of mind for your idiocy, to be completely honest, when it comes to just general things. You know what? She sent you over to Sprouts, get 5 tomatoes. You got 4. How are we gonna make 4 salsa with only 4 tomatoes, Tony? Well, let me go back. Why?
No.
You're not gonna drive for 1 tomato. That's ridiculous. No, but I know I messed up. I can go.
No, you
No, it's okay.
Sorry.
By the way, why did you cut that onion? I asked for 3/4 of an onion, not the whole onion. You did say that. So as such, the requests will remain whenever there's this. I have no autonomy in a lot of different ways, and I'm okay with that. I love that.
Funniest thing you
It's
said in a while.
okay, and it's fine. And I love it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
genuinely have no qualms over it. But again, if it was me and I was like, this doesn't matter, like, just it's fine.
That's why when they tell me 5 tomatoes, I buy 6.
I would. Nope. What am I?
Why do I have an extra tomato? Why'd you give me an extra
No,
tomato? What
no.
is that?
I'm like, I want to
Hey.
use this tomato tomorrow.
What are you going to use a tomato tomorrow?
For a
You're
sandwich.
just making an
For a
an
sandwich. Nope.
excuse now.
You only have tomato. How are you gonna make the rest of your sandwich? Why'd you do that?
Chiva,
We already
I
have
only
some
sent
ham.
you with so much amount of money. Like, what are you doing buying extra stuff? By the way, did you get and then enter the thing that you actually forgot? I think we've had enough.
Trouble.
We've had
In big
enough.
trouble. And
We-
I don't want to be in big trouble.
I think that's a good end. Congratulations, Abe, on your
6 years,
milestone.
Abe. Woo.
I didn't want to say that because it's private info.
I ain't
HIPAA
say-
violation.
I ain't say what it was. I just said
Yeah.
6 years.
Love
Sober.
Love
Good
my
job, dude.
girlfriend, love my partner. Happy anniversary to that. Yeah, very fun weekend. I ran a half marathon this weekend too. How was your guys' weekend?
Very relaxing.
I went to Mexicali for 109 degrees. However, I was a passenger prince. Did not like it. Did not enjoy that at
I
all.
thought he was gonna say, however, comma, the Air Force is outside. I don't decide where I go. or what.
I am. Little sign. Help.
we're all gonna get in trouble after this.
We're all
episode.
getting in trouble, but that's okay. They don't listen to this anyways. Not 47 minutes in. Right, Abe? You're good. You're in the clear.
Sometimes I get a
I
text.
think I'm in the clear right now.
Sometimes I'll get a text if I'm looking at my phone too much, or if
Oh no, I'm not in the clear actually. Oh, hi. Love you.
She's telling me how much she hates me because I helped her draft her fantasy team and she's losing. So
That I saw TikToks of that actually.
I'm sorry. Why did you tell me he was out? Because he got a concussion in the middle of the game and is out now. Like, that's what that means. Like, why did he have 1 point? I don't know. Maybe because some guy took his leg off. Like,
Rashi Rice.
yeah, his own dude. Oh, the dude that's your quarterback? Yeah, that guy did that to your own teammate. All right. So
I got
Sandy.
someone watching too. Yep, I just got the text.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh, ours care more. No, I'm just kidding.
mine's what am I saying? Mine's. What are we talking about here,
Mine's-
gentlemen?
Yeah, let's do it.
There's no
Love your partners, everyone. Love everyone in your life. We're all a big community here at San Diego.
Never know when your time is up.
Yeah. So San Diego FC.
5-month anniversary since my car accident, by the way.
Is that today?
Yep, today, 5 months ago. No, you clap at that?
Do you guys celebrate?
Why'd you clap at
You're
that?
live.
What?
I'm proud of you. You
Oh,
kept going.
It sounded like you were cheering that I crashed 5 months
No.
Do you
ago, right?
celebrate? Have a like cupcake with like 5 little candles instead of blowing it, you just smash it or
We're-
just tumble it.
No, that's dark. You suck.
That was the worst, Tony. What is wrong with you?
What? Yeah, you're the worst. We are back with your San Diego FC segment. Let's talk football.
What do you guys think of the new jerseys? Do they flow or do they flop?
Man, they come in quick. Milton already on it. Hey, SDFC really coming in hot with the latest coming
You can
down.
pre-order your jersey now.
Yes, you can pre-order your jersey.
And pick it up late 2024, which I thought October was late 2024, but I guess not.
There's no that I don't agree with much, but I agree with that. It's okay. When's my birthday? Late 2024.
Oh, okay.
Then it's literally if it
Now.
please don't have the reveal event on the 29th. Why do that? Why do that to me? Mid-December. But SDFC, you know, they are building, they are coming together, and player announcements are happening. And we're gonna ramp up the coverage when it comes to just the breaking down of the individual players. Right now, I like that everybody's has recent footage to really ramp things up. I can't really talk about Milan Ilowski because he's not an SDFC player, even though
Will most likely be an SDFC player.
even though he's a teammate of one Duran Ferry and Jeppe Sverskov and Invarsen, coming into how this team is really going to come
What are the
together.
like percentage wise that becomes an SDFC player? If you had to guess,
99%.
I would say like 95% that he's going to be an SDFC player.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to send anybody back to Orange County. No, SDFC in Orange County are. Yeah, I don't think that would happen. But yes, I think Milan Ilowski is going to be coming in. But outside of SDFC, just in general, that's something that people have been asking for, right? It's really on pace, this team build, with what LAFC did in terms of when they released their inaugural kits, in terms of when the player signings happened. There's a lot more in terms of grassroots building with SDFC and just kind of buying into it. When LA started, it was kind of like the counter culture to what was already there in LA Galaxy. And so that was already almost like a, you know, talking about Superman, right? Like you already have Superman with the LA Galaxy, supposedly. It needs a Batman. And boom, enter LAFC. Now you kind of have SDFC in San Diego who's starting up, and it's like, hey, you're kind of familiar, Tom Penn. Hey, this setup is me huele. O sea, it's I see where the pattern is going. And it's like, yeah, you're still involved. You're still in the Justice League, but you're kind of like right now, you kind of like Aquaman. Like you need to step it up a little bit. And there's time. There's time to see this out. But might I remind you, Aquaman is a mighty. And I actually have 30-minute podcast incoming with me explaining how Aquaman can actually take on the entire Justice League by himself. I don't. But at the end of the day, the building is happening. Abe, we've been seeing this for the third time. A team in San Diego coming up. What is your kind of survey of this point for the biggest team or second biggest team in the market behind the San Diego Padres?
I think it's looking to be interesting. Obviously, it's another huge sports team in a town that's kind of thriving sports-wise right now. I think national audiences are seeing that with the Padres, that like San Diego does care about their sports and stuff, and there will be a lot of like people watching and supporting this team when it starts out. And over time, I think that's when true fanhood grows, and fanaticism and all that, just with years and years of dedication and watching and just having it around you is what when things work out. And right now, it's hard to imagine what they're gonna look like with just what 6 players right now. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna see new kits and stuff. The
Yeah, and they're
inaugural.
gonna look like this. These are the inaugural kits for SD. No, they're
That's
not.
not what it's gonna.
That
look
is
like.
not. Pump the brakes. There was a lot of just panic in general from what I saw with SDFC. Like, is this really it? Is this? And people were like, yes, but just add 3 stripes to it. It'll be much more detailed. It'll be much more pattern driven when it comes to the design of it. Like it'll be detail oriented for sure. It's still Adidas. And Adidas can come up with cool concepts. I again, just in general, just out to remove myself from any following of any sorts, but I like Adidas as my premium soccer brand of choice, just to wear it and why I prefer to wear. But the actual kit is definitely not just this. There was a preview through social medias that was dropped, and I mean, where'd it go? It kind of gives a look into that extra little design and ow,
Like, wait,
I know, me too. Extra little look here. For the inaugural season, the 2025, surrounding the SD flow into that continuous flow, I guess, the four lines, which definitely will have some sort of message, some marketing message for the inaugural season. But this is the thing that gets people excited, because it's true. Like, you can sign whoever you want, but people want to wear what they believe in, and the official jersey is definitely something huge for any just soccer entity in general. But yeah, I really hope it has cool colors.
I
Like,
hope so.
this is just me being selfish
hope so,
and
and I
being
mean-
something that represents the city of San Diego, something that I'm going to see people wearing
Look,
outside in public that are going to be like challenging everybody else that's not from San Diego, right? People wear Padres jerseys, Padres hats everywhere they go to. The SD is emblematic. It's like, oh, like, you're a Padres fan? No. Why are you wearing an SD hat? Then that's a different conversation. But for the most part, that's the thing, a point of pride that represents and has a facing forward to the rest of the world, is a soccer jersey for a lot of reasons. Think of like Sampdoria. Like, that's a team pointed on a map. Like, what? Like, you can't tell me where oh fuck Udinese hails
man,
from.
Here's the reality with San Diego FC right now. It's October.
October.
You have the rest of this month, and then up to February, towards the end of February. You have 5 months until you have to put a team together for a preseason, if not the start of the season. The expansion draft is this in January. Like, that's where you're going to get most of your squad. That's where you're going to be building everything around whichever star you want to build, whether it's Chucky, whether it's Barca, whatever, whoever your main star is going to be. You have to start putting that team together. You have to get a preseason going after a month of putting the team together. I don't think it's enough time. I mean, they know what they're doing. If not, they wouldn't be in that situation, but it's definitely scary. I think it's alarming. I think by now you should have had a jersey, and I don't know. I mean, hopefully the reward pays off and the jersey's actually freaking badass. Because
Standard,
if not, then it's whatever.
Standard price, $220. I'll take Paul's wisdom over anybody. Paul will be jersey 1 to be sold in San Diego.
Do you think? I think the biggest marker of success is if your jersey is sold bootleg at the swap meet.
Yeah.
Will there be San Diego FC jerseys at the swap meet? How long until they start popping up?
En la línea.
En la línea. 100% at the border. You know what? That's going to be a special project for myself. I'm just going to go to TJ and come back and like
buy an SDFC
and see how long it takes for me to see a SDFC jersey. Or if somebody sees a SDFC jersey on the border, I want a picture of that immediately. And first of all, how much that's going to cost? Definitely at a much lower price if you bargain long enough. Don't make eye contact with the people. $30? No, vato, tengo 20. No, I have a 20, bro. That's all I got. No, pues, no, para unos 27, vato, I only have $20. Oh, pues no, que no se va. And then I'll look to somebody sitting next to me in the passenger seat, like, do you have like something? No, I have like $2. I have $22. Do you want $22? Okay, pues, ahí te va, pues, pero that's how it's gonna go. I'm excited to see what the second kit would look like because usually those are a little bit more creative. Absolutely. The one kit that I'll say this last season, and I went to this the Irvine Center.
Hate that place.
It's the Spectrum. You don't like that place because of 5 months ago on this day.
Yeah.
I always like looking at the Ferris wheel when I drive by. It looks cool.
But they have an
I
Adidas
don't.
store there, but their stuff is custom Adidas for Galaxy and LAFC. The LAFC brown and tan look is so cool. It's so cool, and it's unfortunate that a color maybe aligning more with the Padres wasn't selected. I get it. I mean, I don't. I'm still very much on the fence about the actual color scheme and naming of it for a lot of reasons, but yeah, no,
right,
$30
Tony.
for it is
We
absolutely
got some
fine.
guests waiting
But
for us for our next segment.
all right, we'll come back to touch on some SDFC here. We're going to say bye to A for a little bit. And with that, we're going to go ahead and welcome in a couple of gentlemen here for our community segment, the segment where we talk to people from around San Diego, from around town that make this soccer community as vibrant as it is in the segment El Zarape de San Diego. So with that, we're going to bring on a sleuth of hooligans who are splattered amongst San Diego. And so I'm going to do a little mute job here for everybody real quick because I hear feedback. Some. So people who are coming in and seeing who are these people? I'll just put it to you this way. San Diego Punto Football, 2 balls and a mic, you and I, Chiva, have been doing this for some time. And since we started, there's been a constant flow of people that have been supportive of us. And hopefully they feel the love the other way around. And that's been the local UPSL side, San Diego Internacional.
Your girlfriend's favorite soccer team.
Your girlfriend's favorite soccer team as well. Little does she know that that's the case, but in fact it is. And so we've been doing commentary. We've been with these guys since the very beginning. Like it's insane, just the fun times that we've been able to have. But
the fact that they even give us a chance to do it,
it's dumb. Like
bless
legitimately,
bless you guys' soul. By
legitimately,
the way.
like this weekend or later this month, I may be able to go and commentate a Legends Mexico versus US game at the new Front Wave Arena because I did commentary and the Soccer's hired me because I did commentary for SD Internacional at the end of the day. But we're going to welcome our guests here. We have current head coach of SD Internacional for the UPSL side in the SoCal South Premier Division, Mr. Matt Palpalatok up top. We have Barbie and we have El Zurdo, Alex, sintonizándonos directly from probably a garage somewhere, but it's okay. Founding members of what's now 12 years, a team that has seen San Diego Loyal 1904, the incoming of SDFC, however that long that's going to last. But this team has been here in San Diego representing and taking people from the community in and really just being very good. Matt, Barbie, Alex, what's up?
You guys can try to unmute and
then we'll try to unmute now. We'll see if we can get you back. What's up, Matt? What's up?
Hey guys, how are you guys?
What's up? What's going on?
So, all right, just desmadrosos. All right, we got you guys on because
we saw the private chat already. Pinches par de desmadrosos.
Yeah, the private chat is to remain private. It's not private. Jesus. But all right, so you guys have been part of this and really started this 12 years ago, SD Internacional. We're going to talk about what we want today and leading into talking to some players and getting, honestly, some insight on a league that a lot of people are familiar with. You guys have been seeing so many people go through your squad at Mission Bay High School from San Diego, either from community colleges, former professionals, former Albion, former 1904. You've played against former San Diego Loyal and Jordan Chavez, who I guess was all right. What is it like for you guys still to be part of this community? Anybody can answer. Say hi to everybody who's watching. Your parents. You know, you've made it, guys.
Yeah.
What's up? Go ahead, Maddie. Start us off, Maddie, and then I'll piggyback.
All right, sounds good. I mean, first off, like, thanks for having us on, guys. I think for me, who joined the club, I think in 2019, for me, like, this means a lot. I think at the time when I joined, I was only joining as the enter, like, just to find a new team. I was like bouncing around a bunch of other teams. I was like with Cuervos, with Gremio, with Albion. And then one of my homies told me to come out as the intern, and then right away, like, Barbie and Alex were the first two guys that, like, made me feel welcome. I felt like I was a part of the squad since 2012. And, like, honestly, like, because of that, like, I stuck around for the dudes and the homies, and, like, not even to play ball.
Buddy, okay, you're still here.
Yeah. First of all, off of what Matt said, he joined us mainly because he knew as the inter players get girls, so he was like, all right, I need to find a way to get in on this squad. Get some
work,
PT.
Maddie.
It's good. He's married. He got 3 kids now. Look at that.
It really works.
Joining as the inter really works.
Makes you fertile. Jesus.
Yeah. But with 3 different girls. That's what I forgot to say.
3 baby mamas, Maddie. Not too good.
Well, great.
No, but yeah, just we've been here for quite a bit, some time. Alex and I, we like to joke around. You know how there's that meme where there's like the death, and he's knocking on each door, and on each door they put a logo of a team or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with that meme, but we sometimes make fun of it. We'd be like, oh, we should make one where we have like 1904 on the first one, and then Albion, and then Loyals, and then just see how many teams have fallen while we're still holding on. We're still kind of doing our own thing, trying our best not to like kind of sell out in a sense, just doing our own thing.
And that's where we're very similar, because we've had conversations like with other projects that kind of started around the same time, and we're still here, and those projects aren't going anymore.
It's a family show, but you know, this is what we've been offered by rivals of this club. You know, Nomads have come along. There's been other teams who were like, hey, you guys want to do commentary? We're like, no, get your hands off of me, sir. Yep. We belong to San Diego Internacional, and that's it. Like that's, you know, we got to share with the big dogs and the Soccers and Loyal sometimes, and it's all good. Alex, Zurdo, thank you for trying to fix the light, but it's all good. Don't worry about it. I don't want the battery to drain.
It's okay.
It's the same way. It's the same guy. Don't worry about it.
Okay, show Alex.
What's up?
You've been with this league, with this team. Your dad, tu jefe, has been with this from the beginning. It's really been a cool thing put together. I mean, what does it mean for you to have this project 12 years in the UPSL?
It's dope. I mean, we never. Go ahead. We just, I don't know. I think we never would have imagined us being here right now. It's really dope. You know, it started as just a Sunday league team. And to see how far it's grown now, it's really dope, honestly, to see the project just keep thriving. I mean, to see how small it was and how big we've expanded, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm just gonna share, like, you know, just the pictures throughout the years, and the reason that you're here again is Matt, you know, you are now a different part of this venture now. Obviously, the years have caught up. I don't know. Is there a return for Zurdo? Is there a return for Barbie ever?
I mean, there's the Sunday
in the main team. Right? I mean, there's
the San Diego County Soccer League.
Yeah, we got the Sunday league team. We need a goalie, but Tony doesn't show up. He doesn't want to. He's busy.
Ya está flaco el compa.
I am skinny.
That's what I am
skinny. Like relatively, this is skinniest any
Ya
of.
está más flaco que ustedes, güey.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you beat me, bro.
I know, dude. Drugs do miracles. So
Hey, all natural. I didn't cheat. I didn't have a piece of me cut out like other people.
Okay, you're still fucking paying a bunch of shit for that shit.
Pero
How are those
sabes
fucking little milky shakers going?
it's going really
I can
good.
go to In-N-Out right now and fucking devour a double. Can you do that? I don't fucking think so.
I can. I can just order a protein style with no cheese.
Yeah,
and
with one patty. The fuck's the fun in that? You can't even add the chilies. You can't add the
Yeah, you
fucking
can.
animal
Yeah,
style
it's a
sauce. Like,
vegetable.
no, wait, cállate los hocico, güey. It's not the
Vato,
same.
I'll show you animal
We're
style.
built different, Tony. It's okay.
Gentlemen,
It's okay.
you guys are talking about the most respectable thing now. The Open Cup.
This is a family show, by the way.
Family show. The Open Cup. You guys are in the Open Cup. Matt, you are the head coach now for San Diego Internacional. The boyhood dream has come true. But
congrats, you did it.
You have yourself a squad this time around. We've been following. It's been really fun the last couple of years. So you guys qualified for this. You guys bought into it. You guys blackmailed somebody. Like, how'd you guys get into the Open Cup scenario here?
I mean, honestly, I was kind of thrown into the situation. I came back like 2 years ago to come back to play, but then at the time, Keith Miller was still the head coach. He asked me to be his assistant instead of play, and I was like, honestly, I'm down. I'm already coaching on the youth side, so I'm kind of down. And then like life happens. Like he started a family, so took over last year. Now we're here, but I mean, I'm just trying to carry on like what Alex and Barbie wanted to get us to, and like what Keith got us to, and now like we're here. I'm just lucky that I have a squad of guys that like all get along, like play well, and we're clicking at the right time. And obviously with Open Cup coming in 2 weeks, I got like all 30 guys bought in, like ready. So
no, it's going to be a great site out there at Mission Bay High School, right? That's going to be the place. You guys can go ahead and go over and watch live. This is something that has been happening there for the last bunch of years, and that's the thing we're just talking about. It's a family aspect. Everybody started their family. Everybody knows each other families. There's been Christmas parties that are unspoken of. That again, private chat. But sort of this has been the key for the success of this team. And again, I want to highlight just the level that we see here, right? Like it's not just a Sunday league team. I feel like it's some of these players have made a career and have had a successful career, or even are in the middle of it. You have Mark Benito, who is still in it. He got injured here and there, but still is being seen by professional teams. And the level of talent in there is so great that it's a wonder that people don't like it more. It's crazy.
No, honestly, that's honestly the goal, to get some of these guys to be looked at. And I just want to bring up even Maddie's brother, going and playing overseas. Like, it's dope, it's really dope to see them grow and come from our club and then see where they continue to start their future.
And again, a lot of these players, like you're saying, is go on to do other stuff and other things. And sometimes you recruit people. So if you're out there actually at Barrio Logan at Chicano Futsal, you'll find either Zurdo or Barbie huffing and puffing and trying to catch their breath. Again, I don't know what I would look like playing. But Barbie, you guys actively recruit out there. That's actually where we met you. You were actually our second
let me pull that up.
Interview
on
this project ever, back a while back. So why is it so important for you to just do you actively go and search for players, or they ask you like, hey, what's SD Inter? That's a cool sweater you got. That's a cool jacket you have.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think so. In the beginning of SD Inter, our thing was to kind of like stay as a group from all the Sunday League guys that we started the team with, or that stayed. So it was really kind of like exclusive to our group and the people that we know, because we always felt like bringing outsiders in, regardless of their talent, was gonna kind of put a stain on the culture, on the team vibe that we had. So we were really always protective of the team to the point where like it was kind of harmful at points because we didn't have players, simply because we just felt like they weren't going to fit the vibe. Oh, I mean, believe me, they would have killed it soccer wise, but Alex and I spoke about this a lot. It was just like it's either soccer or the culture, and we felt like the culture was bigger than individual players. And so throughout the times, we've been kind of selecting we curating a very specific Inter team so that it would fit the vibes and stuff. Because we've had in the past, we have people that came in and left, and we always kind of didn't like that. We didn't like that they just came in one season and then they left. But now as we get older and we see like the importance about getting guys come in and things like that, based more on skill rather than satisfying the culture, is, you know, it's a give or take at the end of the day. And a lot of the guys that we got now, they've been with us for a couple of years, and they fit right along with the culture. You know, they understand the 10 commandments that we have, and other things like that. But that's a NDA, you know, so I can't discuss that here.
Well, let me show this. This was 4 years ago.
Oh, wait. But then
listen to Two Balls and a Mic podcast, and make sure you also follow your girlfriend's favorite soccer team, SD International.
Let's finish down at Chicana Park. Pretty good turnout. Going to Spanish, pretty good today. So we have one of the stars here. You want to tell us your name, man, and what club you play for, and your favorite position to play?
My name's Eric. I play for San Diego International. You know, I play defense, obviously, kind of short. But I still, you know, it's fun.
You still make it happen.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple questions, man. If you had to choose 4 other people, past, present, future, however you want to say it.
You guys don't have the edited version?
Professional, your Theo. Which one?
There's like an edited one. I sent it a long time ago. Maybe I could find it. I'll resend it to you guys later. But I grabbed the same one, the same interview you guys did with me.
Yeah.
But I put the audio of Channel 5, the YouTube Channel 5 guys. I don't know if you guys remember that.
We don't have it on our YouTube, but I think I remember seeing that.
I'll resend it to you guys
right
eventually.
We went out to a practice.
We're actually out here watching San Diego International from the UPSL practice. You know, they're going to show us.
Why'd you even let us do this?
The booth to see if we can set up. Maybe
Who let you speak?
live stream a couple of their games. We never know. You never know what can happen.
Wait,
know,
you're fighting for your life.
And you know, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of what they do right now.
Mira nomás, mira qué técnica.
That was 4 years ago.
That was our first season.
Oh,
You should not be spoken of.
Hey, whoa, hey, put that
Who was
put
that
that black
coach?
bar. Wow. All right. This was again the time that flies. We have Slim Shady in the form of Barbie now. We have Zurdo, who has a whole family. Matt is the head coach of an incredibly successful San Diego Internacional team. So, all right, best case scenario, guys. And we're going to continue this because we're going to talk to some players. We're going to expand on this. We want to know more and inform the people about the UPSL a little bit more. And we've been meaning to do this. We'll go into the garage, which, by the way, you guys have a car? I know he doesn't. But you guys have a car? If you ever in the need for some sort of repair service for your vehicle, I don't know if they can help you out, but always check out PB European Imports. Check them out over in Pacific Beach. And if you need some sort of California, yes, your vehicle can run with a smog check, go ahead and check out Smog Express. Look for that guy over there. That's Zurdo. Say hi, what's up? You can get hooked up over there. Matt, do you offer anything to it? Do you have any cool discounts? No, I'm kidding. But again, shout out to your dad, Zurdo, who has been literally funding this and just been honestly, like, that's what I like. It's that family aspect and the fact that your dad is in it. It's like le dio su morro un equipo de fútbol. Like, that's so cool. Like, that's at the end of the day, gave his kid a soccer team, and you've done really awesome things with that, and you got some really cool people to go along with that. But best case scenario here, Open Cup all the way. What happens if you win this tournament? If you win this section of the Open Cup, that where you're at? Anybody can answer. Chiwa, you can answer.
Okay. Best scenario, guys.
Ganamos la Champions, way.
Best scenario, I mean, we all end up in Vegas somehow.
Oh,
I mean, why not celebrate the win?
I'm down with that. But you can definitely check out SDFC. SDFC. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. SDFC right now. Would you beat SDFC with Chucky Lozano? Your current team. They don't even have a team. Coach Matt heard it on record here.
They don't. Yeah, they don't have a team. They gotta. I don't know. They gotta get in line.
Win by default.
By default, yeah, they can't build a team.
Exactly. Sorry. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. It'd be a good scrimmage, though.
It'd be a good scrimmage. Get them at Bridge Barcata. That'd be. Yeah, no, it'd be 11v6.
I think you guys would win. 11
Hopefully. No, it'd be good. I mean, honestly, we hope to, like 1904, they gave us a couple of chances to play against them. You know, so we're hoping that we somehow get involved with that, you know, get a little taste at least. That way we can encourage some of their younger guys that we have to kind of like be seen, or, you know, all they need is the opportunity to give their statement, to show themselves what they got. And if we can provide that opportunity for some guys, then it's at that point, it's not really up for us. It's up to the players and their mentality and their skills to just showcase what they can get and what they can do. But I'm sure, and I'm sure we'll get intermingled with SDFC somehow.
I like that.
So,
and then we'll call that game, and then technically speaking, we call it SDFC match. Technically speaking. And then they'll have to hire us too. And then we'll say, no, get your hands off of us. We belong to Internacional.
We don't sell out.
Yeah, no, that's a good. We kind of did for Loyal.
A little bit.
A little bit. Let's just leave it at that. Boys, gentlemen, anything else for right now? We will talk to some players coming up. We'll talk a little bit more. SD Internacional, get to know the faces, the places. The place is Mission Bay High School. Details will be coming out soon. You can check them out. That's SD Internacional, your girlfriend's favorite soccer team. You can check them out on Instagram.
Next game, Sunday, October 13th against Rebels SC. Rebels making a return to the UPSL. This will be an away match.
And people know these teams. Like people know these teams. Like Rebels. Like
game.
Like it's a team that people from Chula Vista and South Bay know.
Natty, I don't know what you're doing, but your team is top of the table right now. Keep it that way. No pressure.
Yeah, what's going on there? What's the key to success this season?
That goal difference is looking a lot like the year that SD Inter were UPSL champions and made a run in the nationwide playoffs run. So sadly losing against Delfines, who were the actual champions of the whole thing. But
Pinches Delfines.
Hijos de mierda.
And they're from the desert. What Dolphins are in the desert?
Why'd you guys lose against
Why
Delfines?
They named the Dolphins in Arizona?
I wasn't a part of that squad when we lost.
Coach Keith Miller. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Yeah, he's like, no. Buy their merch. Their merch is fire. Actually, yeah, no, I got that one.
By the way, al Tony le dieron un hoodie, a mí nunca.
Got that one.
Yeah, so yeah, we got merch. We got SD Inter. We try to get SD Inter almost everything. We got shirts. We got a brew club, which, you know, since we enjoy drinking, so, you know, we got the brew club stuff coming along. We have all those things, and all of this kind of goes to help keep the team running, helps pay for the lights, helps pay for the field rental, you know, all that. Especially when the guys go traveling and stuff, none of that stuff is free, you know, unfortunately. So Coach Alex gets all the help he can get from us, from behind the scenes, trying to do whatever we can to kind of, you know, support. But it also helps from people like you guys that support us, and other people, you know, Paul and them, everybody who's involved and knows about. They all support us in a way here or there, and that's what helps us stay alive, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's a family affair. It's as San Diego soccer as it gets, and that's why I always fuck with you guys. That's why I love it here, and That's what San Diego soccer really truly is. So support soccer in San Diego. Support your girlfriend's favorite soccer team.
Make sure you follow them on Instagram, San Diego Internacional, SD Internacional. That is the name on Instagram. Make sure you give them a follow. They give all the updates on their season, their next games, upcoming games, season tickets. Oh, shit, season tickets.
Yeah,
tickets,
you should.
tickets for matches.
Yeah, we should we'll probably do something like that, you know.
Package.
Get a little package that way it's a one-time pay and they could just show that they paid and just walk in.
It should be like ya llegó el paquete del jefe. And then you just show it.
Yeah, right.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have SDFC scouts gone to a game? Do you know of this? I know they're out there. I know they've been to a couple of other UPSL games.
Not that I know of, but last summer we played OCFC too.
Yes. Yes, so you guys went up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know SDFC scouts have laid eyes on SD Internacional for sure.
Have you seen the fake scout prank?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna hire someone and just go out there like a scout for the bit.
All right, guys. UPSL, San Diego Internacional forever. We'll keep it going with the updates. Yeah, no, promotion relegation, that would be great because SD Internacional would have already made the MLS by now. As we welcome a departing, he fixed his light. It took 20 minutes, but it's okay.
You did. We thought you did.
Now, did you go get another shirt? Is that what happened there, Turlo?
I think his internet just.
Yeah, that's what happened.
There you
go. No, see, yeah, no, he's good. He's showing us there with some of the SD Internacional merch, some of the background that you have on there. Barbie, Matt, Turlo, Frozen Turlo. Thank you guys for joining.
No problem. Thank you guys.
Go take care of your children. Yes, some papas. You guys are dads.
Maddie 3. Come on, dude.
Bro.
Relax. I don't know where Barbie's getting that number from.
Oh, you got more? I didn't know you had more. My bad.
More?
All right, I'll see you guys later then.
He's like,
don't worry. We'll do part 2. We'll do part 2 coming up though.
Yeah, part 2.
We'll do it in the workshop area.
Yeah, we'll do it in the garage.
Sir. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Later.
SD Internacional. Chivas will be a Sunday League team. I don't like the slander that's happening in the chat, guys.
¿Quién es este Milton, güey? ¿Tú qué, güey?
All right. So SD Internacional, we do a lot of work. I've dragged Abraham to some of these and be like, hey, you're my camera
and showed
guy.
up late. I don't know who the fuck told you 7 p.m., but
I was told 7 p.m.
$180
for a jersey. Is that baseball or what? No. If you want SD Internacional, we'll probably get you a jersey for much less than $180. So,
or you could be one of the lucky participants that wins a San Diego FC jersey that we'll be giving away as soon as they come out.
Absolutely, that's been on the mind as of recently.
That was promised to our subscribers.
That was promised to our subscribers, and we will be giving away the inaugural kit for one lucky winner. I think we are re-breaking that news, but yeah, we are. We're doing that. All right. We're going to go ahead and bring it on back. I think it's a good time. We touched on SDFC a little bit. We've touched on what's going on. Their supporter section is kind of going through it, and that's kind of what I am at liberty to say right now. There were reports of unruliness last Friday at the event that was co-signed by not the unruliness, but just the event itself. Double endorsed with the club itself. Some infighting and before I'll just say that it's just I hate when there's
conflict.
I'm not a fan of conflict when conflict happens, it needs to be resolved. Period.
100%,
I don't. It needs to be resolved quickly and dealt with in the appropriate manners. And what's been happening is not congruent to moving San Diego and elevating San Diego on all fronts. What I will say is that the supporters union is moving in a positive direction. Everybody's doing what they can, but I think the time crunch is definitely weighing on people, and the reality that February is a couple months away. There's only 12 months. We're in month 10 of 2024. And month 2 is when
What a year.
2024, 2025 is when this all is supposed to kick off. So for right now, that's kind of where it's at. There was police presence, not necessary activity. I actually checked through my back channels in government and said, hey, was there anything here? I know we were on the beat for that. We had a poor Abe. He was like, I don't see anything. But I was like, well, maybe they were just there because it's downtown. Wasn't that area? It's kind of popping on a weekend, so there's already kind of people around patrolling. In any case, I hope the best for everybody. I hope the best for everybody in there. Stop looking at my flabby arm.
That's mamado, güey.
You looked at my flabby arm in a certain way, and I don't like that.
That's part of why I don't join supporter groups. Mamadas. Look at what happened at Querétaro Atlas, and that's a great point. A lot of people want to be supporters, but they don't want to be in the supporter group,
and they can't handle
fans.
being supporters.
They just want to be fans, and that's completely valid as well. Again, Snapdragon is a 35,000 stadium seat. 3,000 of those are in that supporter section.
Yeah,
a lot of those fans may not want to sit there and just enjoy the game from somewhere else.
And I know what the optics look like for having look, the optics are cool. You see a group of drums coming down the street and downtown with flares and colors, and it's really, you know, congruent to what you're trying to build and the image that you're trying to build of a supporter culture. If you're the marketing side of professional team that's being built, great. But if you lean into that, be prepared to lean into that. Don't just look at it and say, oh, we want this part, we want the cool shot. We don't want what comes with that. And that's the reality, as it was mentioned just there by Edwin. It's just like, yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't join supporter groups. There's always something. And San Diego, from what we've learned and just being in the know for the culture that's already been here, that's been built by a lot of these same great people, that have been by a lot of these same individuals, that is now turning to the MLS and seeing, okay, well, we're going to be genuinely us, but you're asking us to be this other way. We can do that, but there's a give and take here. And I'll let the supporter the San Diego Independent Supporters Union figure that out, because they are going to be having an important string of days coming up, just like SDFC in general has been having a couple string of important days. ¿Qué pasó? Drama.
¿Qué pasó?
Drama. But that's not for me to figure out. That's not my prerogative. My prerogative is to wish San Diego will be represented in the best way, and I hope that's the case as a San Diegan. Period.
This is also a good segue to our last segment.
Oh, is it really, boy?
The goal.
Gonna bring it. Oh, you brought him back.
Brought him in.
I
was not expecting that whatsoever.
We always do this to you.
I was not expecting that much information to be revealed about the situation, but yeah, crazy stuff happens. But yeah, I've said that too before, Chiva. Yeah, there's 32,000 of the people at Snapdragon Stadium are not.
The event itself was great, and again, alluding to what Esteban is saying there, the Community Connect event at Singing Hills was great as well. I don't want to be a negative Nancy and have things be overshadowed by a lot of the factors. It's a lot of moving parts. The machine of MLS is moving, like it or not. It's moving, and there's a lot of positives that are coming out, and there's a lot of things to be excited about. There's a lot of things that people in the community haven't seen or even thought of that is going to be exciting coming up. So true. I don't want that to damper anything, but it's just the reality of things that we care about, the reality of what makes the match day, game day experience itself so special at Snapdragon, and potentially what's going to be that version of SDFC support is yet to be seen. But I don't want it to be take away from the good things that SDFC is for sure doing. They are putting their money where their mouth is in a lot of ways. Hey, they have a street soccer team representing San Diego in the ISFA Street World Cup
In Latvia.
in Latvia,
Beautiful
Riga,
Latvia.
Latvia.
Beautiful Riga, Latvia.
Home of the Bachelorette. Bachelorette?
Season 16
Bachelor-
Bachelorette.
Oh, Bachelorette. Okay, cool.
Hannah Brown season, one of the craziest seasons ever.
I don't believe you. But you know what? Grey's Anatomy is picking up pretty good in the 21st season.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right. Goal.
Do you have it? Do you pull it up?
A put a link.
It's
But
in the
did you pull it up?
document.
Did you? It is in the doc, but did you just? If,
I'll share it.
please do. I thank you for that, my kind sir.
And this is a goal by
Moments. And he'll go to the crowd.
ESD. No, ESD.
And the back post. And able to get a shot. And a bicycle kick. And Bahena has scored for the Guerreros in spectacular fashion in the dying moment.
For their match against Gonzaga, USD wins it with a bicycle kick goal.
Yeah, the college scene has been incredible here in San Diego, and it's honestly been under highlighted by us in a lot of different ways. But let me just say that the college scene in SDFCU in on both sides is incredibly competitive, and
Goal
it's
was scored
been a
by
joy.
Cesar Baena.
Cesar Baena getting the goal of the week for SDFC there. Puskas Award says Pulsas. Not Puskas, el Pulsas. ¿Qué anda mi Pulsas?
Pulsas
The
Award.
Puskas Award worthy. That'd be. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Puskas Award. A great goal there. Soccer in San Diego is thriving, even in the college. I know. I know you are also in the know of this, Abe. Why? What's going on?
Yeah, USD is good. Shout out to Cess out of there, Junior from Escondido, I believe. But yeah, I mean USD, SDSU have both been kind of on top of their stuff this season. So
Pedro, Edwin,
college
you didn't even know
soccer.
Cesar from Escondido. What's up, Edwin?
Soccer is thriving in San Diego. All right, and then with that brings us to.
I mean, I like the gaff that Abe shared
Okay,
with
yeah,
us.
no, 100%.
And this
It hits
has
close
to
to
do a
home.
little bit with our favorite soccer team and
Your favorite soccer team, not
Allá adelante
my
está Eric y varios, pues verdaderamente penoso y triste. Chema, no sé si quieras agregar algo más ridículo.
No,
All right, stop it right there.
Una falta de respeto, Richard, como tal. Y
Stop. No, pause, not take it off. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what stop means. Let's give context. You're just showing just two dudes coming out of somewhere. Literally what just happened there. So you mentioned Chivas, obviously your favorite team. You see these two gentlemen walking out of somewhere. Seem important, some high vocabulary, some high Spanish. Both seem a little agitated. Chiva or Abraham, could you fill us in on why these gentlemen are explaining why they're agitated right now?
Yeah, so a player from Chivas decided to throw a little firecracker.
A little
into the
firecracker.
Press room.
Oh, just
to prank the media.
Oh, you know, that's
Piojito Alvarado, just allegedly the player that did it, and threw a little firecracker in there. Just a little bit of fun. But I mean, you can finish out what they say.
porque cuando nos equivocamos se toma con una falta de respeto al club, a los integrantes, etcétera, a la misma afición y lo asumimos. Sí. Cuando la falta de respeto es hacia nosotros, exigimos el mismo trato.
No,
y no corresponde.
Y llama mucho la atención que sale, digo, a lo mejor él no tiene nada que ver, en este caso Omar González, y dice, ¿saben qué? Pues si quieren una disculpa, pues nos disculpamos, ¿no? O sea, a nombre de la institución y listo. Creo que no son los medios.
So they're walking out, and these two guys are just saying, like, well, if it's the other way and the media was to do something or the media messes up, it's always, oh, hey, better watch out. It's a double-edged sword here. But if they mess up, like it's just water under a bridge, and so is just kind of oopsie, giant oopsie here.
Yeah.
Abe, what would happen to you what state of mind does this put you in?
That is terrifying. If I just heard pops and just anything, it's like I can just imagine being at Snapdragon Stadium and just those two journalists I laugh when I think about it every time. I was like, there's just a version of us covering every sports team, every soccer team. Like That just sounds like a conversation that you and Shiva or me and you, one of us will have walking out of a press conference, just talking crap about whatever they said or something.
Yeah.
Es un falta de respeto, and it's just like, it was amazing. Like
we had conversations like that too. Like
honestly, and I think it's time. Like a couple weeks ago, at a Wave game, that'll just be as vague as it gets. There was a gentleman who we were having a conversation about this gentleman who traveled, say, 2 hours in a comfortable vehicle, I assume, to cover a Wave match, and got in the face of the press.
This for Alex Morgan's last game as well.
Okay, a big game, and demanded, it was harumphing of how dare I not get a question, and how I drove 2 miles, and just indignant about it. And I mean, I get their side of things, and it was honestly just people watching at its best. Oh my god, like,
you love people
yeah,
watching.
and I'm over here just like, I got the first question over this guy, like okay, like it's fine, but Abe asked a question. Everybody who's been there asked a question. That's why it's good to be familiar with teams and build that relationship. And in a way,
and I quote, "I'm never gonna cover the Wave again. I'm never gonna come to a game again."
End quote. But either way, like, it's a double standard in a lot of ways. But you don't expect this from the other way around, from a team
player.
From a player. Like, could you imagine? You mentioned the name, but what's the most ridiculous? Like, if a firecracker was thrown in the press room for a San Diego Wave, which player is the least likely to do it, and most hilarious to if it was them? Like, oh my god.
Least likely is Naomi Girma. I think Naomi Girma is just
Naomi Girma's
way
hard
too
enough.
cool. She's way too cool for any of it. She doesn't like she would never care. Most likely, I don't know who's probably the goofiest. Kaylin Sheridan, maybe. No, goalkeepers are always the weird ones. That's too easy. It's too easy of an answer.
That is a very easy answer. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what the pyrotechnic laws are in Canada, to be completely honest. So it's still North America. I can see there being a confusion there. A little cherry
Pro
bomb.
Maroni, Delphine Cascarino, like, they see fireworks in America. They're a big thing. I'm guessing.
Edwin thinks, yeah, which makes no sense, right? Like, let us exercise our freedom, bear arms, and have our bear arms. I think Irma has it in her. A Wave player might blow bubbles at fireworks. I think it'd be pretty mad. Like, if I don't want bubbles in my area, like, hey, what do you?
Oh, dude, I might put San Diego Wave on a vendor that I met today that specializes in bubbles.
A bubble vendor?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it the bubble guy?
No.
So we're talking about
the big ones.
So yeah, there's the people who put themselves into bubbles and have a bubble show.
This place could definitely fill up Snapdragon with giant bubbles.
So you're saying place? What are we talking about? Like, this is free promote. Don't blast them up. But like,
I forgot the name too.
But there's a company that just specializes in bubbles.
Yep.
We'd like to page in Dr. Weston. Just make this happen somehow. If the sirens are watching, connect with you.
I'm actually gonna send this contact to Wave.
Connect this, making connections. That's what San Diego Football is all about. Okay, World Cup, quién sabe. But you know what? We're here for the community. We're here for San Diego football. It's been the name of the game.
I just figured out Landon Donovan is most likely to throw the firework because he's chummy enough with Tony and I think all of us at this point where it would be pretty funny. He'd think it'd be pretty funny.
He knows you. He knows Tony. He doesn't know me. Okay, Abe. Thank you for being nice about it.
He knows you a little bit. He says, "Thank you, Alejandro." He says,
"Yeah." He calls exactly. No point. Yeah, no. Calls him Alejandro. There you go.
I mean, that's my name. That's my name.
I get called Tones.
No. You get called Hey Tones.
Recently, though, he's been giving me a little tone. He's been a little sassy.
Yeah, because you ask the same shit every fucking press conference.
Because somebody has to ask. And again, what is there to ask?
You don't have to start with walk us through this game, like blah 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 blah. Like, ask what you actually want to ask.
Actually, Abe and I had this conversation because when I do steer off, apparently I get Casey Stoney fired because I have an aggressive question off the bat. Casey, why aren't you winning?
When the press conference used to be more fun. Tony was a little more aggressive with his questions.
Landon, why haven't you fixed the Titanic yet? There's a giant iceberg in the middle of it.
Whoa.
Well, it's your job to fix it. And then he's like, but I got these lifeboats. There's like 6 of them. Is that going to be enough? No, but there's lifeboats.
Those lifeboats get you in that semifinal.
He's the captain of the lifeboats right now.
All right. Yeah. On a more serious level, please don't throw fireworks at media or just in general. It's not. I don't think it's that funny. Chivas fans.
Appalled. People having tier 2 word conversations in the chat. You can only imagine you guys doing the same thing, but in English. That's very disrespectful and considered an appalled. Like, what would happen? Like, honestly, I'd laugh. I'd walk out of that and be like,
I'm appalled.
Who does she think she is? Like,
I would have cracked up. I would laugh.
Who do they think they are? Like, doing that?
No, it's
And, like,
insane. No.
It's funny.
It's fucking hilarious. Throwing a firecracker at a fucking press
Out
conference.
of context.
That's fucking hilarious.
And again, I told you this.
It's not funny in the U.S.
It's
because of
Jaden
all
Shaw.
the fucking shit that happens.
Because of gun violence, it would not be funny in the U.S. You're right.
You know what?
Only in the U.S. It's
You
not
know
funny.
what? I didn't even factor that into my mind.
Yeah, no, only in the U.S. would it not
I
be
did
funny.
not factor that into my equation.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
pew pew problem is a big problem here in the U.S.
Why can't we have nice things and
Yeah,
just have
'cause
firework
America
pranks
sucks.
in the press room like the rest of the world? Like those guys walked out in protest. Like they were indignant. They were like, "No, this is not okay."
We would have walked out crying like, "Oh shit, I thought we almost died."
Yeah, like just it's
Granted,
it's
granted
crazy.
in Mexico, you could also kind of fear a little bit.
I'm very proud of those journalists for walking out in protest, though. I mean, sometimes it's hard to like not make yourself not make yourself the story, but like when you're not like being treated with respect like that in that way, I think it's messed up.
Playback project. Defining words with even harder words sometimes. Appalled, horrified, mortified. Let me define a word with more syllables. So you tell me there's no guns in Mexico? I've never seen a legal gun in Mexico. One Paul.
You're not wrong there. You're not.
Yeah, I've
All
never seen a
We need
single
to
legal
announce
gun.
our grade of the week. You guys
We do
have
need
one?
to announce our grade of the week. Abraham.
I have mine.
I
He's
think
like-
Chivas grade of the
But
week.
you have
Mine,
yours? Okay,
mine
go
is
for it, go
mine
for
is
it.
goalkeeper. You're gonna like this goalkeeper David De Gea, being the only player in the Serie A to score 2 penalties in a Serie A match against AC Milan. Like, save 2 penalties against the top team in the Serie A. David De Gea is just back at its top form for Fiorentina in the
Mhm.
Serie A after a year and a half of not playing a single professional soccer game. He is back at Serie A with Fiorentina, playing at top level. Like the way he's playing right now, he could get called up for the Spain national team if he wasn't retired, I think.
I like that.
It's your grade of the week, Mudeng.
Grade of the week is Mu Deng.
I like that.
Kind of behind the curb, but Mu Deng.
If you know, you know.
You know who Mu Deng is, Abe?
Yeah, I saw a pygmy hippo at the zoo last week or 2 weeks ago. I forget when
But
it
you
was.
didn't see Mu Deng. Have you seen Pesto?
Pesto's great.
Oh,
It's
no,
a
I
baby.
haven't.
It's a baby penguin.
Have
bro.
you seen the video of the girl that's saying, "Oh, like this is like Merlin's like round table, and these are all the knights of the table, and there's like 23, and there's baby animals that are coming up every single week, and it's just amazing to watch."
Crazy to think that fact that Pulisic was the only penalty taker and the other players took the ball. Manager stated that in the press conference. Brandon, happy birthday again. I'm just gonna say happy birthday every time I see
Every
him in the
week.
comments every week. That's a that's just a me joke. Put some respect on Tammy Abraham. This is something that is actually making the rounds in Serie A news and Italian news. So he is in top form. Pulisic is definitely in top form. I am scared as a Mexican national for what can potentially happen if this team under Pochettino is truly unleashed. But in any case, the grade of the week has been named Mu Deng. And I'll just say it, Milan Iloski for scoring 2 goals for, as a local person, scoring 2 goals for FC Norseland. Potentially new SDFC player coming up. More than likely.
Scored 1 goal.
Scored 1 goal. Marcos Invarsen scored
the
2.
brace, yeah.
Correct. That was Milan Iloski's first goal over there. So with that, he is from Escondido. Absolutely. You probably played with them, Edwin. You probably played against them. You probably slide tackled him or tried to, and then he did a cool move, and that's why he's a professional, and that's why he is San Diego Punto Futbol's great of the week for
along with Mudeng.
Along with Mudeng.
Congrats, Milan
Congrats for that. And it's fine for that. Cousins with thank you. This show is falling apart.
I've had tummy
Milton
issues.
already knows. He's like, yeah, no, these guys are
noches, yeah,
these
man.
guys are at the tail end of things right here.
Yes.
But want to thank
Estoy así.
everybody. Oh yeah, you are.
Desde que empezó el episodio.
We still got to go to Walmart to return
Ah,
that game.
shit.
Season's greetings to everybody in
Literally.
the chat, for everybody who's joined us and really been a part of this thing. We're going to say goodbye to Abraham. Goodbye to everybody in the chat. Good night. Get some sleep. Bye.
Not everyone.
Illegal.